Bees are the stewards of the planet because without them, every third bite of food on our plate would not be there. And this bee sanctuary is literally like an acupuncture point of wellness in the city. You know, they have a lot to teach us. So I do these Teas with Bees experiences because we live in such a busy, stressful world. There's so much noise, there's so much chatter, planes, ambulances, and all the stress that comes with that. It helps us just for this experience, just slow down, slow everything down, regulate the nervous system, quiet the mind, and also plug into nature because we are nature. We are not separate from it. And the bees are our best friends as insects. And I've found a way to like collaborate with them and share that with everyone else. Community gatherings like Teas and Bees was actually a discussion over a period of a year and a half with the bees because I would do beekeeping experiences where I would have people suit up, like wear the full suit and then have them meet the bees. And then the bees kept having this kind of like interspecies silent discussion and conversation. I spent a lot of time just being in a bee yard alone and kind of just meditating there. And it's funny, like talking to them. So they said, well, why don't you do something with us that's not so invasive? So I thought, well, there's this whole culture of tea that's been around for thousands of years, and then there's this whole culture of bees that's been for even longer. Why don't I bridge those two and invite people? Because people are so detached from themselves and from the natural world, like we forget we're nature. And so I wanted to plug them in, and actually, to be honest, I just wanted to have a gathering where I didn't have to talk as much. I encouraged eye gazing, silent meditation, mindful breathing, and you have to be like that when you're around bees. It's really important to just be quiet and to just hear your pulse even, and hear them buzzing. So it was a discussion over a year and a half and safety and everything, and then I just started to slowly introduce it. And people took on to it. And it was very well received. It's been very well received. It's still kind of starting out, but I love doing that. Just having people come and have tea and serving them a plate of bees, because there's really no danger right there because the bees are so full from all the honey that they've just stuffed themselves with. And you know, nobody can be angry when they're full. So that's like the philosophy, right? Nobody's angry when they're full. So those bees I feel are very safe right there on the table. And people just have this like immediate response of like, wow, why didn't I learn to just slow things down? And that's what I've been trying to do. It's just like sharing that with people to slow everything down. Bees are crucial to the world because of pollination, because we would just be eating rice, flour, you know, bread. We wouldn't have all the delicious fruits and vegetables, and even cotton, the clothes that we're wearing. They pollinate that too, so we would be wearing not as soft materials. They're stewards of the planet because they're the ones in charge of making everything grow. Not just the honeybees, but all the solitary bees, all the other pollinators that just are here tending to the planet without pay. They're doing it for free, and this is their life purpose. So their life purpose is symbiotically aligned with the planet. So when you talk about symbiosis, there's symbiosis that is this mutual. It's like this mutual relationship with the planet, whereas our relationship, our symbiotic relationship, is parasitic. And it's kind of sad, and you know, they have a lot to teach us. A common misconception that people have about bees is they think when they see a bee, and this is still a lot of people, that they're afraid because they're gonna get stung and that a bee is gonna go after them. There's a lot of fear around bees still in the world, and they're still considered pests. And I don't think they they don't get enough respect that they deserve. The truth is, everything in the hive, in the spiritual foundation of beekeeping, everything that happens in that hive is love. So love is the truth. That's what they practice. Bee sanctuaries can thrive in urban environments with the help of people who have land and are also like stewards of nature and support honeybees, where you can just, if you have enough land in a city like LA that's just so dense, it took me several years to acquire these apiaries, and each one of them took a long time for me to have that conversation with the property owner and ask them, hey, would you be interested in keeping honeybees in your yard? Would you be interested in helping the land grow much more and more like fruitful if you put honeybees in your yard? Your neighbors would love it. They would pollinate all their fruit plants. For people who have bees that move into their walls, move into their garden, move into like in any space that bees are trying to find, it's just that there's not enough trees in the city for them to live in, because they would choose a tree with a hollow cavity in it over their home. And those bees are just trying to find a home. And I would suggest that those people just either, if those bees are leaving them alone and they're far away from their kids and their animals, let those bees stay there. And for those people that can't have them in their business and they have to get those bees removed, call a professional to remove them. Don't do it yourself, because I've seen it so many times. People who've tried that have gotten hurt and ended up in the hospital. So call somebody that cares and is gonna take those bees away alive and put them in a place that they can thrive. We have to learn from bees is about family, caring for each other, nurturing. There's a lot of nurturing. There's a lot of protecting. Bees protect each other. They nurture their young. They spend a lot of time with flowers. They, like when a young bee is just waiting in the hive and a forager comes in, the forager will give that young bee a little bit of what it foraged. And then she'll do a little dance. And they're like dancing all day and they're holding hands all day. Like, why can't humans just do that? It's such a simple act. And so I think it's just so simple, right? Pollinating, spending time in flowers, communicating through dance. They're humming all the time, so they're like singing. It's really, really simple. Really a simple life, and I just want to share that with people.